Welcome back for another episode, Spirit Bus 33 fam. Jyotishamara here. Once again, excited to take a little trip with you, expanding our consciousness, learning how to become our favorite versions of ourselves, living more in the now, all while embarking on this wild, wondrous earth experience. Join me almost every week as we evolve together, exploring holistic, Toltec, interdimensional, Eastern, Western, spiritual minded thinking and practices.
They're spiritual beings having a human experience.
Thank you for being here, for sharing some of your precious energy with me. I believe this experience in Arkansas, it is coming to a close. So many gifts, so many adventures. I'd like to just take a moment to thank JB Wellness, Atomic Squid, Level 33 Tattoo, George, Gypsy, Krista, for sharing, some of your amazing energy. Anyone traveling through this area, through Russellville, Little Rock, Dover, Ozark Mountain area, check out their info. I'm going to have it in the description of the episode. Take a little stop in, vibe out. They've got amazing wisdom, creative expressions. Definitely worth the stop. When I am back in this area, I'm going to say when, I am definitely going to have more experiences. So, but at the same time, though, I'm really super excited to have an adventure on the way home with my partner, our cats. Side note, though, traveling with 3 cats, it brings this level of presence to the trip of now. You are in the now. I've never experienced it at that depth, as really having to be present to take care of the little fur baby's needs. But yeah, I'm excited to reunite with our multi-generational family at home. I've missed them, excited to catch up and get hopefully the tail end of fall, just spending some time with Lake Superior. But for now, okay, here we go. Or we're continuing this journey exploring reality transurfing by Vadim Zealand. Little side note here. Again, I guess there's a couple of side notes during this episode. Is I'm just like an explorer, right? Just like you. So not all of his work might completely resonate. But we explore, we take what does, and then we leave the rest with gratitude for the experience. If you're new here, you can listen to the last few episodes if you want to. Maybe there's 4, 3. They're labeled to some degree reality transurfing. Or if you want to be a G, you can go all the way back to the beginning, take a little journey, through the podcast, share, like. But okay, so here's a recap if you don't want to do that. You reflect what you are choosing to experience. Alternative space contains all that was and all that can be. Every single organism alive is creating reality. Forces of energy called pendulums, they're present, and they gain strength by our focus, positive or negative, either way. but they promote division, conformity, us versus them mentality. So we need to learn to live amongst the pendulums, ignoring but not avoiding them. But the pendulums, they're fighting for our attention and they're playing on our emotions. So of course, I suggest that you read Vadim's, Reality Transurfing Steps 1 through 5 yourself. I'm rippling this out through my own lens. I'm taking his words in, rolling around in the possibilities, and allowing them to flow out. I really like the way that he describes streaks of good luck, good fortune, the wheel of fortune, the bluebird of happiness. It's all energy. You have something amazing happen, and you learn to lifeline hop from one amazing experience to the next without getting caught in these energy depleting negative pendulums. Vadim shares the wave of fortune will carry you on to happy lifelines. Like the pendulum, the wave has no interest in your fate, but it has no need of your personal energy either. So if you want, you can float with the wave and let it carry you. But if you don't want to go with the wave, it's just going to pass you by with no regret. So you see, there's free will here. It's a universal law. We have free will. We have the freedom of choice. We choose to hook into abundance in all ways, or we choose to hook into negativity. So enter in gratitude. To be able to tune in to abundance in all ways, there needs to be a flowing energy. And this energy needs to contain gratitude for what is and for what will be. If it's not, you're going to keep seeing lack in all your circumstances, even during streaks of good fortune. So think about that for a moment. If you're flowing in gratitude, you can feel that vibration, is completely different than if you have something amazing happen to you, but you're still focused on the state of lack. And that's what you'll get, is more lack. So right now, let's just pause the audio for a couple minutes and just appreciate your life. Sit in some gratitude. Wherever you're at right now, pause this, look around. What are you grateful for? And I invite you to really try to find areas that your past version of yourself really wanted this part of your life. So take a little moment, lean into some gratitude. Okay, good, good. Now that you can sit in that energy with a grateful heart, visualize what you want to experience. Maybe it's a vacation, a new home, a retreat, an RV, elevating your consciousness, helping humanity. Whatever it is, visualize the details. What does that feel like? What does it look like? What thoughts go along with that? Think those intentional thoughts about what you want. Vadim shares, our thoughts always come back to us like a boomerang. So then practice ignoring what you don't want more of. Now, again, this is not toxic positivity, is you are spending time validating yourself. But don't sink into the mud pit and roll around in the lack, or you're just going to get further stuck in the mud. So let's practice. Think of something in your personal life that isn't really going the way that you want. Don't get stuck in the it's not going the way I want, but pick something that keeps popping up in your head. Okay, validate yourself, give yourself a hug, tell yourself you're loved. Okay. Now, really start to think about what you're grateful for amongst it. Once you've found that, sit in that emotion of gratitude, start having intentional thoughts that align with what you want, that align with what you're grateful for. Visualize what lifeline that you would like to experience. And then start to feel the emotions of that, the joy, the excitement, the calm, the content. And now add in some bilateral stimulation. While you are in that desired state of mind, slowly tap back and forth on your knees, on your head, on wherever. Right hand tap, left hand tap. Keep going. Try to hold your attention for 33 seconds. Practice being able to hold that focus while tapping. This bilateral stimulation, it rewires our neural pathways. If we can hold focus on something positive, something that we're grateful for, what we want, we're strengthening that neural pathway. And we're ignoring the ones that are negative, ignoring the ones that lead to us sinking into the mud. So we're literally rewiring our system. As we do that visualization as well, the nervous system is calming. The parasympathetic nervous system is on. We're within our window of tolerance in our nervous system activity. It is as if we are programming the reality that we live in, an echo chamber. You yell out all that is going wrong, and that will bounce back. You sing out all that is going good, your gratitude, the echo is going to come back with more of that. A reminder to lean into your practices, your rituals, your whatever word you use that align with positive thinking, with gratitude, with the abundance that you want in all areas of your life. If you're surrounded by clutter, organize. Help the mind feel organized. Anything that promotes negative thinking, work on transmuting the energy of it. Perhaps a magnet that's funny but negative on your refrigerator, a blanket that keeps you in the sad thinking. Feng shui, refurbish, do something to help yourself stay on track. Again, validate, feel your emotions, but do it with intention. Not getting caught up in the possibility of being able to get sucked into the pendulums, into the why me, into the it'll never get better, into the like, but the state of the world prevents me, or any other negative thinking that draws you out of your gratitude, draws you out of your mindset for abundance, and back into the mud you go. Daily practices of this. Another pendulum that I see people kind of getting sliding into, if we're going to use the language of pendulums just for the, for this episode, but people getting sucked into this common statement of, I don't have time. Bullshit. Complete bullshit. Complete BS. This, I don't have time. I have used this line too, and so I call myself out if I use it again. We have time. That's going into a state of lack, and that's also not taking accountability. In order to do practices and to have intentional thinking and gratitude and to do this work, it's not like you need the entire day, every single day. You can incorporate this into every single thing that you're doing. You're washing the dishes, you're thinking intentional, positive thoughts. You're cooking, you're putting your phone down, and you are visualizing what you're wanting to create. You're taking a shower, you're speaking to your spirit team, you're using the water, the element of water to wash away any negativity. You're driving, you are experiencing joy from within, you're practicing that. How many things can I find on my way that elicit the response of joy? That how many things can I smile at? There's always time. when we're stuck in these pendulums, as Vadim calls it, we're stuck in the negativity. So then we're like, oh, I got to do the dishes. Oh, this dinner's taking so long. Or I don't want to cook. Or, oh, there's so much traffic. Oh, I'm going to be late for work. Like we're stuck in this like Eeyore kind of mindset. And then we're going to get more experiences that confirm that that reality is true. And this book, it does like take us down a little bit of a different journey with the way that it describes all of these things, but this is not exactly new information. It's just worded a little bit different about the pendulums and the alternative space and the wheel of fortune. It just has a little bit more of a different recipe, but this mimics a lot of evidence-based practices, to rewire your brain, to rewire a traumatized system. It mimics a lot of holistic, belief systems, spiritual belief systems. What we think about expands, moving out of our pain body. So I think this is an important book, to kind of at least take bits and pieces of it and add it, to what helps you thrive during your earth experience. Because that's what we're trying to do here, is we're trying to thrive. We are thriving. We are thrivers. We are thrivers that explore. And everywhere we go, we find something magical and we find something meaningful. All right, let's do a reading before we close. All right, interesting set of cards here from the Osho deck. First card, number 9, exhaustion. So when this card comes up, it says, hey, take a little look-sees at everything you got going on. There are some things that are working against you in your immediate reality that are causing your energy to kind of drain. If you imagine all your energy inside of a bucket, like what is poking holes in the side of your bucket, draining your energy out? Sometimes all it takes is maybe spending an afternoon organizing and getting yourself all ready for the week, so you're not surrounded by chaos. I'm projecting because that's what I need to do today. Or it is slowing down, taking on too many things at once, and needing to just have some really good rest time. Can you just be? Do you need to have that to-do list every single day? Why? Who told you that your worth is based on your productivity? Can you just chill? Next card, compromise, number 6, is looking at your relationships, throwing that word compromise out. How do you win-win? Looking at all the relationships that you have and noticing the strengths in them. Of course, there's going to be things that are challenging in relationships as part of the earth experience. But we don't need to get caught up in that. Now, if you're in some kind of toxic, abusive, whatever relationship, probably time to make some moves. But this is just being able to flow with the energies around you, creating a space for solutions instead of looking at more and more problems. Last card, flowering. Whatever keeps whispering to you to do it, not whispering you in a way of your worth equals your productivity. I mean your creative gifts, your flow with source, the things that just make your whole energetic being sing. Step into those. Give yourself more time to experience those. Why are you filling yourself up with all of these things that drain your energy that don't feel good? It's really time to put more energy into the things that make your whole entire body feel like it is just like electric and it feels so good. And whether it be your practices or certain people you hang out with or creative expressions or whatever it is, Don't get caught up in I don't have time. Make time. Put your phone down. Get off the electronics. Go make time. Cut something out that's draining that energy. Is go experience yourself. Go explore. Everywhere you go, you carry the gifts that you have. Every interaction that you have with another person, like your unique expression is being felt. The world needs that. All right, Spirit Bus fam. Thank you so much for being here. I'd appreciate it. Leave a comment if you would. If you made it all the way through, if you took a seat on the bus for the whole ride. I appreciate you. I'm very honored to have this space, to be able to speak out loud part of my reality, parts of other people's reality that I'm taking in, above it, below it, and all around it. All right. I will see you at some point. I am not sure if it's going to be next week or not, because we might be taking this little caravan back to the beautiful Lake Superior, which I am so stoked to get back to the rest of our family. So I'll see you next week or the week after. Take care.
Thank you for tuning in. We are spiritual beings having a human experience.